major IT companies joined together, created this organization. I will take 9 slides, and my topic, Chairman, is I'm going to touch upon the higher education spectrum, very specific, because we are operating in that spectrum. Engineering colleges and arts and science colleges in Tamil Nadu. So I will touch upon the skill gap analysis and skill developments which are required for the next gen. So please see the first slide. The addressable market for global sourcing is going to triple in size from US $500 billion today to US $1.5 trillion in 2020. It is not my word, it is NASSCOM's Perspective 2020. It's a huge opportunity. But again, an opportunity will always have some threats. The ICT industry in India could face an employee shortage of 3.5 million in 2020. It's a very big number. How are we going to address this? On one side we have opportunity, the other side we have threat. And that is where we are coming in. And as our chairman rightly puts it, and Mr. Narayana Murthy of Infosys is always mentioning about it, the employability of graduates is very low. We don't want to get into the percentages. They say 15% to 25%, anyone, any number. I am not going into that. But definitely a quarter of our graduates coming out of our institutions are not employable. It's a big threat. And the fourth is, if addressed, we can be India's biggest strength, if it is addressed. And how are we going to address this? So I'm going to talk only on that and nothing else. The issue is not the quantity. Quantity, as at least Tamil Nadu is concerned, we have large number of educational institutions across Tamil Nadu, length and breadth of Tamil Nadu. Geographically, Tamil Nadu plays, every 3 hours you have another category B city. Madurai, Tiruchi, Tirunelveli, and Coimbatore are there. And nearby those cities, you have lot of engineering colleges and arts and science colleges. So there are about 1,300 plus colleges in Tamil Nadu producing graduates. I am saying graduates because engineering, arts and science together I am saying. So there is no problem with regard to the quantity. We have increased in the last year also, in this current fiscal, we have increased another 50 odd engineering colleges. So we are talking of 1,300 engineering colleges, and our chairman rightly puts it, Tamil Nadu produces more engineers than the United States. So it is not the quantity that matters now, it is the quality, because the second one, employability of the people, is only 1/4 of the total population of students are employable, or 3/4 are not employable. The second one is better than the first one. So we must address that 3/4 of the people are not employable. Why? The quality of teachers. So that is where we are coming into that. We need to inculcate the quality in education in the teachers. So if this initiative creates good quality teachers, then they will take care of the ecosystem development, knowledge ecosystem development for the next generation to come. So that is where we are coming in. Government, academia and corporate. All these 3 stakeholders understood this problem and come forward to create this ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu. So we need to touch upon the focus on the curriculum, because in the curriculum, ICT Academy has signed up with all the universities, state universities and private universities across Tamil Nadu. Universities are the bodies which create the curriculum. But unfortunately, the curriculum is not updated the way the industry is going forward. So we need to see whether we are giving the right amount of right quality of teaching to the students. So that is where we are coming in. We are sitting inside the academic council and tell the institutions, look, this is what industry, because industry is going very fast. Yesterday's technology is today is obsolete. So we need to change. The industry is going up, but the institutions are lagging behind. So companies like Intel and all is coming out with a lot of newer microprocessors and chips. So we need to take care of that. So focus on curriculum, that is where we are in. Focus on faculty development, I just told about that. And sufficient fund allocation on skill development with effective implementation policy. This is state government and central government has to bother about it. And we as a spokesperson from the industry and the institution, we are telling the government, look, this is what you are going to do it. So we have an equidistance between the three stakeholders. Government, companies, and the institutions. So we will sound, it's like a sounding board. The institutions will take some inputs from the institution, we go to the government, look, this is where we are coming in. And we need to partner with industries on course developments. Microsoft has come out with courses, National Instruments has come out with courses. So we will take the courses from the companies to the institutions. So the role of corporate, actually, I will go from behind. Corporate shall provide domain-specific inputs on curriculum. This is what I just told, that corporates are coming forward because for them also, because they need human resources. So it is better for them to give their human resources with their specific inputs on curriculum. And the last but one is corporate may invest, operate and build world-class institutions. This is another recommendation. In Tamil Nadu, you have HCL having SSN College of Engineering. They are doing extremely well. So like that, many corporates should come forward, put up their own institutions to facilitate the ecosystem development. And the main one is corporate shall partner academia on R&D. In pockets they are doing it, but I think we'll have to do it on a much bigger scale. And the role of academia there is skilling the students is their main job. That is their job. That's what the institutions are there. So industry relevant curriculum, skilling the gap. That skill has to be given to the students. This is their job, primary job. And they will have to work very closely with corporate. It is not possible to connect all the corporates so they can contact us. And we will be the bridge between academia and the industry. We were talking of bridging the gap, but this is actually a bridging the gap. And we will provide industry exposure to faculty members because faculty members are mundane, they are into the day-to-day lectures, but they should also get some industry inputs. This is where we are coming in. And this is the last slide, what ICT ACT framework on skilling, how we are doing it. It's an industry inputs we are collecting, and then we will map it with the university's syllabus, and we will develop the courseware in consultation with the institutions and industry, and we will review, it goes for review, and finally we will design and develop a course. And this is the development phase, and delivery side, faculty development program, ILT based as well as instructor-led based as well as technology enabled education. And we will go for e-learning mode. We have a portal called ictact.in. I would like you all to visit our portal ictact.in and give your suggestions, improvements and your comments. It will be fairly, because this August audience will have a lot of inputs. We need those inputs. So kindly give your inputs by visiting our website. And we will do assessment and certification through our web portal to the students, because we are delivering the lectures to the teachers, and teachers in turn delivering it to the students. So we would like to see whether the teacher has given the correct inputs to the students. So we will touch upon the students, and the students and we will review the students. We will assess the student through our portal. It is not possible to entirely assess the entire students. So we will use technology to assess this. And we will give even certification. We have tied up with various institutions, including IGNOU and various other universities. So we may even go in for institutions, certifications, and thereby producing industry-ready students. This is the ultimate objective. By this, I will end up my presentation. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.